So today I'm going to look at a tyre puncture repair kit that you can use yourself to repair your own minor punctures on road tyres. I bought the Silverline kit off Amazon for about 15 quid, it's about $20. I've not used these before, but I've seen lots of feedback from people who have and said that the tyres were sealed perfectly afterwards with no air loss, and they've used them for thousands of miles as if they've never had a puncture. The manufacturers do stress that once the tyre's been repaired using this kit, it's just for temporary use and off-road use only. It's a standard kind of health and safety warning. I think they're covering themselves. I've seen people use these kits and the tyres gone for thousands of miles with no issues, so just be aware of that. But it may not obviously work in all circumstances depending on how badly the tyre is punctured or damaged. Obviously if it's in the sidewall, don't even bother, you need a new tyre. I also want to make it clear I would not repair a tyre using this method that's going to undergo any extreme stresses like for use on track. The tyre I'm going to repair today is for my daily run around, my Fiesta. It barely sees over 60 miles an hour, it's just a kind of a daily driver. Any tyres that would go under any extreme loading or temperatures and stresses, I would not use this method to repair, so just want to make that clear. So let's have a look at the kit. Firstly, you have the patches to use for an inner tube repair and the little abrasive discs you scratch up the inner tube. We won't be using these because we're repairing tubeless tyre for a car. You have your reaming tool, where once you've removed the offending item that's causing your puncture, you use to make the hole nice and round and to accept these strips, which then plug the puncture. I think you get about 30 or 40 of these strips, so enough for plenty of repairs if you're unlucky enough to have so many of them. You have this threading tool as well. This is used to thread these strips through the holes to repair the puncture, and your rubber cement, which is used in conjunction when you're threading your plug strips, or obviously if you're using the patches to repair an inner tube. And it also comes with a tyre pressure gauge as well. So here's the tyre we're going to try and repair. It's 175/65 14-inch little tyre off my Fiesta from my run round, as I said. You can see the screw that's gone right through it. It has deflated the tyre completely. We're going to remove that, try and plug that, and hopefully that will solve the problem. So additionally to the kit, you're going to need a pair of pliers or something suitable to help you remove what's causing your puncture, a foot pump or electric pump to reinflate the tyre, and a blade or a Stanley knife to cut the rubber strip once you've plugged it, because there'll be a little bit sticking out. So let's get going. So let's try and remove this screw. Screw the fucker out. Right, there it is. We can clearly see where the hole is. Let's try and see whether we can use this reaming tool to make the hole a little rounder, a little bit more uniform, ready to accept one of these plugs. Right. Okay, it's not so bad if you twist it. I think the people that I've seen do before, use this before, haven't twisted it, they've just tried to pull it in and out. That's what she said. More. Okay, now that's done. Get your threading tool and get one of the strips and thread it through the eye. Okay, it'll be quite awkward to push through. Get them so they're kind of equidistant either side. Now leave that to one side for a second. Get the rubber cement and apply firstly a little bit to the hole, to the puncture. Also run a little bit along the plug, and now insert it into the hole that you've reamed and push it with a little bit of twisting. There we go. And then remove the tool and it should just slide out, and the hole, fingers crossed, should be plugged with a little bit left over at the top there. Okay, I'm just going to wipe down some of this excess glue. And now I'm just going to cut this flush with the surface of the tyre, because this bit is not needed. It will come off, but you don't want too much sticking over the top of the surface, otherwise it's going to make a heck of a noise as you drive along until it does come apart. Okay, but hopefully that is now plugged. What it doesn't say in instructions, what I will do is get a little bit of a heat gun onto that. It's probably not necessary, but I'd rather just do that to help the glue cure a little bit before I start inflating. So I pumped it up a bit. I can feel that it's holding a little bit of air, because it's going to take me ages to carry on using this foot pump, so I'm going to get it pumped up using the electric pump, and hopefully that'll be a job done. Just a quick follow-up. I've been driving on this repaired tyre for nearly 4 or 5 months now, done over 3,000 miles, including some extended motorway driving at speed, and everything is absolutely spot on. Tyre is solid, totally holding air, no vibrations at high speed, so the plug hasn't affected the balance of the tyre, no additional road noise either. It's all super good. I'm really impressed. In fact, a couple of weeks after I recorded the first section of this video, I got another puncture in one of the rear tyres on the Fiesta, which I also repaired using the same kit, and it's totally holding air. So that's a big thumbs up for the self-repair kit. Highly recommend it if you want to have a go at it yourself. Thanks for watching. Check out some of my other how-tos, and if you found the video useful, please consider leaving a thumbs up, and you can always subscribe to the channel for more updates in the future. Thanks again, and see you soon.